presentation today. I was asking, how many of you guys have been on a listing presentation this year? So does that mean you're prepared for one? What does prepared mean? It means to make ready beforehand, to be ready before you go on that listing presentation. When you get that call, hey, come list me. Are you ready? Are you prepared? Erica, are you prepared?
No.
No? Well, I'm going to tell you how to get prepared. Alia, are you prepared? No? No? No?
Why would you guys say you're not prepared? I'm curious.
Yeah, why aren't you prepared? Why do you feel like you're not prepared, Erica?
Because I haven't
You never found one.
It's just, something different, something new. Guess once I get to see it, or once you're there, it's a different vibe and you kind of see. But it's getting the tips of how to prepare beforehand, which is
To
gonna
be
help
ready
me.
for it. Okay, so today I'm going to be talking about preparing for that listing presentation. Are you ready when you get the call? Are you ready? You will be after this. Well, you'll know how to get ready. So today we're going to talk about how your mindset matters. Talk less, listen more, and know your market stats. That is super important for preparation. You're not going to go into a listing presentation and not know what you're talking about in the neighborhood, right? So do you guys know your stats? What neighborhoods do you serve? Where do you like to focus on your neighborhood? Erica, I would say the high desert, right? Do you know your stats? Do you know how many homes are on the market in Hesperia, Victorville, days on market? What's the average close price? Do you know those numbers? Do you know your numbers? So Tom Ferry did a Google survey. What do you look for in a real estate agent? What do people look for? Because we need to know what the people want in order to hire us, right? So 49.1% said trust. They look for people. So establishing trust is key. Sellers need to trust what you say. They need to trust that you're going to get the job done. And in the quickest amount of time for the most money, because that's what they want. 15% look for experience. Do you have the experience? You must demonstrate to your sellers that you are the expert. How do you do that? You know your numbers. And then 13.2% look for your negotiation skills. Negotiation, know your market. This will help you negotiate. I can't say it enough. Know your market, right? Know what is going on in your market. So what is your mindset? What is your mindset when you get that call? Are you nervous? Alia, if you got a call and someone said, hey, Alia, I want you to come list my home. How do you feel?
Well, the first thing is, getting the information ready. My presentation is ready, but like you just said, get to know that particular enclave, So the immediate thing is like, okay, so let's get the comps, let's take a look at the features of that particular house and get educated on that and get educated on the neighborhood. And yeah, that would take me, I would say, I could go see them within a day, but not right in then.
Right. We should give you some time to study your skills. Gus. Hi, Gus.
Hey.
How are you? How's your mindset today, Gus? What are you feeling? What are you feeling about your business?
Anxious because I'm not sure which direction to go. But
So same. The market is definitely low on inventory, so listings, that opportunity is not, it comes few and far between right now with the low inventory, right? So we definitely have to be prepared when that call comes so we get that listing, because they're very rare right now. So I want to tell you a story. A couple of months ago, I got a call from a friend who said, my friend's selling her house. She just told me, she's having a Redfin agent come over on Sunday and she's just going to sell it with a Redfin agent. I told her no. My friend told her friend, no, don't do that. Call my friend Jennifer. And for some reason, I was so nervous about this listing. I was so nervous. Like for how many days I was like, oh my God, because I knew for a fact I was going up against another agent. A lot of my business is based on referral, so when I get the referral, I feel a little more comfortable, you know, like someone's going up to bat for me already. So this one was, I didn't know the people, I never knew them, so he was just talking about me, which made me even more nervous because she's talked me up. So I'm like, oh shoot, I need to perform, right? And this was in Anaheim, not an area that I serve. I know nothing really about Anaheim. So what did I do for 3 days or whatever? It was like 5 days, I think, before my listing presentation. I studied the market, studied what's going on in Anaheim, how much are the homes selling for, what's the average price, so that when I went in there, I knew my stats. So I could talk to them. I said, this household here, this household there. That's one of the things you need to prepare. You need to know what is selling in that city. If it's not your city, study. So when you go in there, they're like, hey, she knows what she's talking about, right? So if you aren't confident, how do you get confidence? How do you get it? You prepare, exactly. You prepare, you study. Because the sellers are looking for us to navigate the process for them. And if they don't trust that you can guide them through the process, guess what? You're not getting that listing. They're not hiring you. So you need to be the expert, especially in this. You can't just go put a sign and hope it sells. That's just not how it's working in today's market. Any questions? No? So the pre-listing, what do you do pre-listing? Pre means before, prepared, ready, Marisela. Okay, prepared, ready. So the second you get that call, the initial phone call, that's when you're starting to establish your trust. You're starting to establish your expertise, but you're listening. You're listening to them. Your objective is to establish the trust with the seller. This is where it begins. This is where you talk less and listen more. You don't start talking about, hey, I sold this, I did that, I'm this, I'm that, I'm with Remax, blah, 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 all about you. You let them talk because they're going to tell you. They're going to tell you their hesitations. They're going to tell you what's important to them. They're going to tell you their motivation. And they're going to tell you what their needs are. So you need to let them talk. Okay, don't talk too much. When your talking comes when you get in front of their face. Your objective is to schedule that appointment, get all the information you can from them, and be prepared with whatever they need. What are people selling for right now? What are the reasons why people are selling? The few listings that are out there, why are they selling?
They're moving.
They're moving, but why are they moving?
For work or family or whatever the relocation may be.
What else?
Debt, downgrading.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean,
Downsizing.
sizing, I mean.
Hardships. So what does that tell us? That tells us we need to know about these things, right? We need to know about probates and trusts because people are, these are the listings that we've been getting a lot of. Trust sales, divorce sales, people relocating. So if you don't know about those things, now is your time to educate yourself. Take the classes, get the certifications, do whatever, short sales, foreclosures, so that when they call you and that's their situation, you have some knowledge to talk about it. You're not scrambling around like, what do I do? What do I do? Go ahead.
Where we can get that the classes for foreclosure.
You can get classes for, sometimes the board has classes, the association,
Max Center.
Max Center. There's a lot of YouTube, Tom Ferry, all kinds of things to there's everything out there for you to find what you need for trust, downsizing. And divorces are something special because you're dealing with husband and wife, so you just have to have compassion, you have to have patience, have to my sale in Anaheim was a divorce, so that was sometimes it's a little hard. Good thing that sometimes it's amicable and they're okay, but you just have to put yourself in those situations and have compassion and be patient because they're going through a whole bunch of other things. Selling their house is another thing that we are the experts. We need to guide them on how to get their house sold. for the most money, right? Seniors are downsizing a lot. Do you guys have something that a senior, what do you have? You need to have something when you go into that listing presentation that not all the agents have. What do you have? Do you have the knowledge about Prop 19? Because that's a huge thing for seniors right now. So that's 55 and older, and I'm gonna give you a little tip. Prop 19 is not only for 55 and older. It's for disabled, victims of wildfire, and natural disaster. Does anybody know what Prop 19 does?
Yeah, it's about the taxes.
Transfers of taxes. So that's something seniors may not know, and maybe not all the agents know, right? So you go into that listing presentation, you're talking to a senior, you tell them, hey, did you know about this? Oh my gosh, Sonia told me, Erica told me, I'm hiring her. She knows what she's talking about, right? So we need to have those special things. You need to know your audience. And how do you know your audience? You talk less and you listen more.
Prop 19, is it the same as 6090?
You know what, I'm not familiar with that one.
I think they
don't
did
That's
change
when
it, they
you
did
carry
change
your
it.
taxes to another county.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
It is?
I don't think it's transferable by state though. Someone was asking me by
it's
state.
county.
Yeah, it's countywide.
Uh-huh.
All of California, you can now transfer.
Now it's all California?
Yes.
Okay, we were limited to some
County,
counties
yeah.
at one point.
So you need to know you need to know about them. When you get their address, the first thing I do is I have my full title. A lot of times they don't know what's on their title, so I pull it before I go to my appointment so that I know and I can tell them, hey, you know, you have their solar or whatever it is, you know, you have late taxes, or hey, you're free and clear, or it's in a trust or somebody else's. So you just need to know what you're going into. Qualify your sellers. Make sure they're ready to sell. Make sure they're in position to sell. If not, you're going to navigate it and you're going to tell them how to get in position to sell. The next thing after my initial phone call, I do send a video email. We use BombBomb. You don't have to use BombBomb. You can just use your phone and send a video. And this is to put a face to the voice so they can see who they're talking to, see who they're working with, hear your expertise because you're confident. You're talking like, hey, it was great talking to you, Mr. ABC seller, and I can't wait to, you know, talk to you about your home. And it was, you know, just a real short video goes a long, long way because now you feel personal, that you're connected. And not everybody's doing video. Who's doing video emails? Who's doing video emails? Anthony, he's part of my team, so yeah, we're doing it. Video emails are so good, you guys. You've got to get on it. Get on it. Get on it. Next thing is marketing plan. Do you know your marketing plan? When you go to your seller, do you have a plan set up for them? When you go in, are you going to tell them how you're going to market their property? Do you? Anybody? Marketing plan? No? What's your marketing plan, Alia?
The professional photography, email blast to the neighborhood, door knocking. That's mostly what I do.
Okay, so we do open houses. We do a neighborhood open house, probably usually the Thursday evening before the first weekend that it goes on the market, right? When it goes on the market, we do an open house just for the neighbors. We invite the closest 100 homes, 50 to 100 homes. We go and drop flyers or let them know we're having a neighborhood open house. That's just to let the neighbors come see. And of course, we're looking for more sellers. You know, we want to talk to them. Of course, your internet marketing, all the buyers start their search on the internet. So you want to explain to your sellers how you do your internet marketing, whether it's Facebook, paid ads, social media. You just need to know what you're providing to the seller. If you don't know what you're providing to the seller, how are they going to know you're going to sell their house? You need to be confident in what you're doing. Of course, professional photography, videos, door knocking, your database, and reverse prospecting. Reverse prospecting is in the MLS. That's just, you know, when you have a listing, it goes out to all the agents, clients that, you know, like when you're on your MLS and it says, oh, new home for Bailey, right? You have a client that's looking for a home. A home in her criteria came on the market. That's reverse prospecting. The listing agent will know, hey, this agent, Alia has a client that's looking for a house like I have listed. So make sure your plan is doable. Don't overpromise and underdeliver. So don't say you're gonna do all these things and not do it. Your team of experts, do you have your team of experts? Do you know the photographer you're calling?
Yes.
Do you know your escrow officer? Jackie's mine. Do you know who your title rep is? Do you know who your home inspector is? Do you know who your plumbers are? Do you know who your electricians are? Do you have that database? Do you have them in your back pocket? So do you know who your stagers are? So you can tell your sellers, I have all this team. This is my team. This is who I work with. These are my trusted vendors. The more you provide to them, the more they're going to trust you. We're going to continue to build that trust as we are explaining to them what we have to offer for them. And the last thing is, of course, reviews. Have something with your reviews that will show your experience. The reviews speak for themselves. So if you guys are not asking your clients for reviews, you should start asking them. I have most of my reviews on Zillow. Google came a little, earlier this year, so I don't have as many there, but I have somewhere that I can direct clients. Hey, go take a look at my Zillow page. My reviews are there. They're all 5-star because I'm 5-star. Just kidding. Now you're arriving to the listing presentation, right? You're there. Going back to my Anaheim listing, I went an hour before my listing presentation. I drove the neighborhood. I looked at a couple of homes. I got my bearings, the comps that I was going to talk about in the listing presentation, so that I could say, oh, the house over there on whatever street, it's in, it's priced for this. It's been on the market for that long. It's overpriced. It's underpriced, whatever. Oh, the house over here. Oh, the house over here. That's how I got the listing. It was definitely because of my knowledge. I went in there confident because I was confident because I studied. I wasn't confident until that morning though. For whatever reason, I was like freaking out for days before. But anyway, it worked out and that's it. So you need to arrive on time. Be at their front door on time. Like that's so simple, right? But a lot of people don't. I remember one time Sonia and I, we were at a listing presentation and they had told us their neighbor was getting ready to sell. We're like, let's go knock that door. Let's go. So we go and we knock on the door. They thought we were the agents they were waiting for because their agents were late
Oh,
for their listing appointment. Right?
that was my appointment.
So
really.
they were really, really late. They thought we were who they were waiting for. We're like, we are who you're waiting for. We're like, who else is there to wait for?
So did you get the leasing?
No, we did not get the listing. They sold it off market. They never even marketed it. It was a fixer. So, but nonetheless, their agent was late. So agents are late, and you can't be late. I usually knock on the door and then I step back. I'm not like, hey, let me in. I step back and I let them feel comfortable. Invite me in. First thing, hey, how you doing? What's going on? And I ask them to give me a tour of their home. So when we're touring the home, I let them talk about it. Talk less, listen more. I let them talk. I ask them questions, hey, when did you upgrade your kitchen counters? They look beautiful, compliment their home. Ask them questions. You're establishing rapport. You're like, you're getting them comfortable you're going to go sit down and you're going to talk about all the things in your pre-list presentation, right? You have all those things, talking points that you're going to talk about. Then you're going to go over briefly, because people want to get down to business. They want to know how much are you going to sell my house for? How much are you going to charge me? And how much am I going to make? That's what they want to know, right? So briefly go over your pre-list. If you sent the pre-list before you met with them, they've had a chance to look at all of that stuff, ask them if they have any questions. Sometimes you don't send all of that stuff before and it's part of your listing presentation. I briefly go over it and I get straight to the CMA. and I start showing them the homes, showing them the comps, showing them days on market, showing them why pricing is super important. That's a different class, but pricing is super important, how you price the home. Then seller's net sheet, that's part of my pre-listing. I usually ask Jackie, hey Jackie, can I get a seller's net sheet? When I ask her, when I do the numbers, if I haven't seen the home before, I don't know the condition, I just have an idea, I just use the median price point on the comps. She'll give me a seller's net sheet. We go over that, and then we go over questions and answers. Whatever questions they have. By this time, we should have established some sort of trust, some sort of expertise, and they should feel very confident with you and listing with you by this point. Any questions?
What is it that you send with your pre-list?
So with my pre-list, I send, if I do send, it's very rare that I actually send these things. The only thing I do send is a video email. And then the rest of the stuff is part of my listing presentation, the marketing plan, the team of experts, and the reviews. But I have it already if I need to send it. It's very rare that I send anything before other than a video email. Sometimes less is more, right? You don't want to inundate them with all this stuff. You just want to get over there. And it depends, again, that goes back to knowing your audience. Who are you talking to? Are they very numbers driven? Are they very, what is their motivation? So you need to prepare. Not all listing presentations are the same. Just like not all clients are the same. Not all situations in selling are the same. So that's why it's really important to be well-rounded and to be able to go in and to talk about whatever their scenario is, right? So in the absence of trust, there is only room for tension and objections. So like I said, if by now they don't trust you, they will have objections, they will have tension, they'll be asking a bunch of questions, and they won't sign. If they don't trust you, they're not going to sign, bottom line. So the most important thing is to establish the trust throughout the process, the listing process. If you're not confident enough to go to your listing presentation, you haven't been to one, have someone go with you. Ask somebody, because some opportunity is better than no opportunity. You don't want to lose that opportunity. Somehow you got that call. Somehow someone at least called you and said, Erica, I need help listing my house. Gus, yes, come list my house. You knocked on my door. You looked really good. You had a lot to say. Now come, I want to talk to you. If you're not confident enough, have someone go with you. Learn at that listing appointment. That's your opportunity. Role play with each other. When you're at open houses, pretend one's the client and one's the agent, and just get in practice doing that, whether it's your listing presentation, hosting an open house, showing buyers homes, whatever it is. Practice. We know, the Lakers, whoever, like athletes. I love to compare my business to athletes, championships. Are they just going in on championship day and playing their game? No, they've been practicing for years, months, the whole season, every day, all the time. That's what we have to do. That's what we have to do to get those listings. So that's my presentation, guys. That's it. Do you guys have any questions about anything? How do I get listings?
Or where?
I will be honest with you, most of my business is referral. I do a lot of social media marketing. I do postcards in the area, but most of my listings are referrals. Yeah.
Jennifer, remind me again, I know Sonia went over this a while back, the video emails. What is the platform that you guys use for that?
We use BombBomb, and BombBomb is when you send the video, you can see how many people have opened it, how long they watched it, how many times they watched it, did they watch the whole thing? So if you see them clicking on it over and over, there's something there that they're interested in. So that gives you, that's why we use BombBomb, but you don't have to. You can just, you could just do your phone video if you want. You won't get those stats, but at least you're getting the video out there.
But you have a template, right? Is that a template that you work on?
Well, the thing is I think the purpose of Bonbon and the good thing about it is a lot of people don't want to be spammed and they're afraid to click on links. So if you do attach just a video, they're gonna be hesitant to click on that link.
Right.
So I think with Bonbon, because it's integrated into the email, so when they open the email, they see it, so they know that it's you, they recognize your face. So they're gonna, more than likely, they're gonna open up the video opposed to not. That was
Yeah.
my experience anyways.
And it is a template, right, that you use so that you can have, because I remember the class that she did, where you have like the market update or whatever it is that you're talking
You
about.
you can create templates.
Within Bonbon.
You can, or you can do it on, I do mine from Canva, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then you upload them. So you can
Yeah.
record them separately and then just upload them to Bonbon. So you don't have to record the whole thing on Bonbon. That's what I do. I record them and then I upload them. I don't record. Usually I don't record directly from Bonbon. But I use it a lot. I use it for, like I said, after I just introducing myself, any leads, if I get online leads, I send out a video, hey, you clicked on a link, try giving you a call. I'm Jennifer with Remax Champions. I serve the Inland Empire. I would love to chat with you about your real estate goals. Send. If they want to call me, they will. If they don't,
Jennifer, is there a charge for Bonbon?
there is, I think,
$60 a month.
$60 a month, or if you pay it up front, it was like
40.
Yeah, it's not too expensive. It's not too expensive. You got to invest in your business. You have to invest in your business. You can't expect your business to thrive if you're not investing in it. I know sometimes it's hard because we're not getting deals. So how do I invest in my business? But sometimes you have to invest first and you'll reap the rewards. You just have to trust the process. It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen overnight. It's continuous practice of what you're doing, talking to people and knowing your numbers and your stats and all that stuff. Right?
It has like a script reader, right, or something like that?
It does.
Okay.
Yeah, you can put your
Set
script
up
in
your
there.
script
Mhm.
and then you just read it as you're recording yourself.
Yeah. Mhm.
I remember, I think they tried it. I did like a trial thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good. I like it. And we send out, when we get new listings, we send out video emails every week. We send out market updates on it. Just letting, our database know what's something in the market, whatever we're talking about, title issues, manufactured homes, new homes, whatever it is, just getting out there and establishing trust and expertise. Because you want your people to know, like, and trust you. That's what Tom Ferry always said, know, like, and trust you. Everyone always says that in real estate. They need to know, like, and trust you. And then you'll get the deal. Any other questions? No?
Yeah. I'm new in this business, so I don't know how I made the seller's net sheet. So
A seller's net sheet, some people do them on their own. You can just call your escrow officer. Jackie is more than happy to do seller net sheets for you. Right, Jackie? That's who I call. What I do is I actually email Jackie. I'm like, hey, can I get a seller's net sheet? Give her the address, give her the list price, give her the payoff, give her the percentages, and she'll spit it right back to you in no time at all. And then you have it there. I like to do it from escrow because that's who I'm going to use. So the fees are pretty accurate and I don't have to, some people do them on their own. People with more experience do them on their own, but I call on escrow. I call on my team, on my
I
team of
think it is good.
experts.
If you are new, definitely have escrow help you. You do not want to promise them an amount and it be
Yes.
wrong. So yes, I agree.
For the new agents, how would you recommend to get listings? You mentioned referrals, but for us that's starting, how would you
Go get your listings. You gotta put in the work.
Yeah.
You gotta go door knocking.
Mhm.
Whatever it is that you feel comfortable doing, right? Or you may have to step outside of your comfort zone too. But door knocking, open houses, you could sit at open houses even during the week. If you're not doing anything, instead of sitting at the office, go sit at a vacant home. put your open house signs out there. And even if one person comes in, what if that's the one neighbor that wants to sell their house? You know, like, why not? That's what I used to do when I first got in the business. I used to sit during the weekdays at an open house and just see
Work
who
from
comes
there.
in, work from there. And I have success stories. I mean, I have a success story. One of my clients have sold 2 of their homes, their sister's home, and a home to their cousin, because I was sitting at an open house on a Wednesday. So that's how you can do it. Door
For the
knocking,
new-
flyers.
Yeah, for the new agents to start with the family.
Yeah.
Your whole family,
The hardest.
ask for.
The hardest.
Yeah, I know it's the hardest, but sometimes they refer somebody,
Yeah.
so you can talk to them.
That's a good point. Well, when I
That's
first
the
started, I did a
thing to
letter.
start.
I wrote a letter, I mailed it to like my aunts, my uncles, my cousins. Hey, I'm getting into the real estate business. This is who I'm working with. You know, I'm working with Remax Champions, a very reputable company. I have a team of experts that can help me guide you so that they know you have the support that you need if something should come up that you have no knowledge of.
Family and friends,
Yeah. Definitely.
co-workers.
This your contact list is your first database.
Yes,
you know,
yes.
So
And do you guys have a database? I mean, that's a whole other thing. Are you working your database? That's really what we work a lot. Sonia and I work our databases every single day. Every single day, we have our tasks. Who are we going to call? Who do we have to follow up with? You know, did someone message me and tell me, hey, my friend's looking? Okay, well, give me that phone number. Let me, you know, let's. That's your closest. Your closest sphere is you're most likely to get your listings, to get your clients.
How many times you follow up a lead?
When I first get the lead, I follow up weekly. It just depends on if I'm able to touch base with them or not. If I haven't touched base with them, I call them the next day. Like I said, I'll send a video. If I can't get them on the phone, I'll text, and I'll also send a video to the email if they provided the email. And then if I don't hear from them, it lessens. I put them on a drip campaign for every month and see where it goes from there.
What CRM do you use for the drip?
Follow Up Boss,
Okay.
it's a good one.
Mhm. Do you mind me asking how much you pay monthly for that?
It's about 110, I think. If you have if you have people on your team, but for solo,
Individual?
I think it's about,
69.
is it 69? Okay, I pay 110 because I have
A team?
Yeah, I have
Okay.
administration on there. Something like that. Hi, Jasmine.
Hi.
Any other questions, guys? Well, thank you for coming to my first class. I hope I provided some value for you guys. Go get those listings.
Thank you.
Oh, yes. You guys, this is our listing presentation, actually. And it's very simple. Your listing presentation does not have to be super fancy. If you want to be super fancy, you can download templates from Etsy. Listings to Leads has pre-listing presentations. Sonia and I have decided this is how we do our listing presentation. It's something we hand to our clients. We just put it up there. We start talking about Remax, our brand, so forth. Talk about our mission statement, and it's real quick. It's not something that we spend a whole lot of time on. We just okay, our mission statement is to support and challenge and communication. We tell them who they're working with, their team of experts, and again, we don't talk a whole lot about ourselves. It's just something for them to look at. They'll grab it, they'll look at it, and they'll say, oh, okay, 35 years of combined experience. Okay. And you just keep going back to establishing your experience. We have some of our reviews on here so that they can grab it and look at it. It's not us telling them, it's us showing them. Here you go. Here, you can look at it, And then we did talk about where buyers come from, because we're gonna start talking about, internet marketing. And obviously 51% of the buyers start their search on internet. So we just, this is prepping them. This is just really prepping them, and they just grab it. We show them where we market, and then we get into the CMA. Real simple. Again, also too, you need to know your audience. If you're talking to somebody who wants more, you need to have more information for them. But generally, this does the trick.
So you show them that, and
Uh-huh.
and then you take it back?
Yeah, and then we take it
You
back.
take that back,
Yeah.
and do you leave them with the CMA?
We do leave them with the CMA, yes,
Okay.
and the seller's net sheet, I do too.
Okay.
I know a lot of people say not to do that,
Mhm.
but I do. I don't have anything to hide. Like, if you want to compare it to another agent, go right ahead. Numbers aren't going to lie, but this, my experience, my confidence, that's going to tell you who you want to hire. So I beat the Redfin agent anyways. Because I knew what was going on in the neighborhood. So that's super important. Don't forget that. It's what you say to them that matters. It's not the pretty paper that you're giving them. It's how you present your information, how you present yourself.
On your CMA, do you just
I just use the one from
prepare in the MLS?
Mhm.
Okay, the cloud one, or?
Yeah,
Oh,
the Cloud CMA.
Okay, that's the one I was
Yeah.
wondering.
Yeah, don't make it complicated. Don't overcomplicate things. Don't overthink it.
Mhm.
Just have the information, have the knowledge, have the experience. If you don't have the experience, take experience with you, and get the opportunity to learn.
And so on the cloud CMA, I'm sorry for asking all these questions.
That's
Do
okay.
you eliminate the pages that you already have there, so you don't print as many?
You know which one I use? A lot of times I use there's different templates for the Cloud CMA. I don't know which one you use, but a lot of times I use the appraiser report one. It's really short. It's just the numbers,
Oh,
and it doesn't have anything else on it.
Mm,
It's just the numbers.
I don't think I've seen that.
Yeah, look on the templates,
Uh-huh.
and there's the appraiser report. That's the one I use most of the time.
You're not paying extra for the
No.
cloud, it's just the basic.
Yeah,
Comes with that one.
it should be.
Oh, I'll have to look
It
into
should
that
be.
one.
That's the one I use for my CMA.
Mhm. Okay.
Okay, now we're done.
Thank you.
Yes,
Did you sell the house?
I did sell them.
You did?
Yes,
Oh my
I did.
Let me see.
We'll be reaching out to you and letting you know. Just have a few more things we need to go through, but definitely by next week.
Okay.